So we're done in applying sum and difference rules sa inverse trigonometric functions. Now, let's try to apply product rule of differentiation. So dito sa product rule of differentiation, I shown you the formula, di ba? So if we are asked to get the derivative of two functions, or derivative of f of x times g of x that are stick together, okay? Then ito yung magiging formula niya, which is f of x times the derivative of g of x plus g of x times the derivative of f of x. Ayan. Okay? And again, medyo mahaba to, di ba? So, ano ulit yung ginamit kong advice sa inyo na gamitin yung formula in a creative way that is easy for you to memorize and familiarize, which is paggamit ng letter U at saka si V. Okay? We use U and V instead. Let U and V are the functions. Okay? So, ang derivative ng U times V is U times dV plus V times du. Okay? U dV plus V du. Or, you can just say it in this way. U dV, V du. Yun na lang. Basta know the operation in between them. Alright? So, ano lang to guys, recall lang to. That's why, ano lang to eh. Medyo nagmamadali lang ako to briefly introduce product rule of differentiation. I mean, not introduce. Kumbaga, recap lang. Kasi, taong nito, na-discuss na to nung previous videos. Alright? So, let's now have a given examples for this case. So first, what is the derivative of arc sine x times the derivative of arc cosine x? So, pumili ka which one is your u and which one is your v. My u is arc sine. My v is arc cosine. Alright? So let's get their derivatives. Kunin natin derivative ng u or derivative ng arc sine. So, recall that ang derivative ng arc sine ay 1 all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. And kunin natin yung derivative ng v or derivative ng arc cosine, which is negative 1 all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. So now let's substitute the formula here. Ang formula rito ay u dv plus v du. Alright? u dv plus v du. Okay. So substitute natin si u. So yung u natin ay si arc sine. Diba? Times si dv, which is negative 1 all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Plus si v, which is si arc cosine, times du, which is 1 all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. So now, let's simplify or, simplify natin sila. So sa first term, multiply natin si arc sine at saka itong naka-parenthesis. So we will have negative arc sine x all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Alright? Plus, na yun, sa second term, multiply natin si arc cosine dito sa naka-parenthesis. We will have arc cosine all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. So we can leave this as your final answer. Or, pwede natin siyang i-simplify. Okay, we can do that. Since kasi both of them have the same denominators, so we can add them together. Okay, so we will have negative arc sine plus arc cosine all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. You can interchange the position of arc cosine and arc sine. Pwede naman. It's up to you. Either way, this is already your final answer. O, diba? See, it's just parang medyo madali-dali lang naman. If you know the formula. Okay? Next is we have this problem. The derivative of arc secant times arc tangent. Ayan. So pick which one is your u and which one is your v. So for me, my u is arc secant. Tapos si v, siya si arc tangent. Ngayon, kunin natin yung derivative nilang dalawa. Yung derivative ng arc secant, or basically derivative ng u, this is 1 all over absolute value of x times the square root of x squared minus 1. Next, kunin natin yung derivative ng v or yung derivative ng arc tangent. So this would be 1 all over 1 plus x squared. Alright? So recall ha, ang derivative ng arc tangent is 1 all over 1 plus x squared. So now let's substitute the formula, which is u dv plus v du. Okay? So substitute natin si u, si arc secant. Times si dv, this is 1 all over 1 plus x squared. Plus si v, we have arc tangent. Times du, we have 1 all over absolute value of x times the square root of x squared minus 1. Now, let's multiply them. So sa first term, let's multiply the arc secant x dito sa naka-fraction na to. So we will have arc secant. We will have arc secant all over 1 plus x squared plus, then sa second term, multiply natin silang dalawa, we will have arc tangent x all over the absolute value of x times the square root of x squared minus 1. Now, we can either leave it that way kasi pwede na to as your final answer actually. Pwede na yan. Or, we can make them into a whole fraction. Okay? Pwede naman. So, remember the last video I did sa sum and difference rule with the given inverse trigonometric function? Yung ginawa kong butterfly technique, we can do that. There's no problem. So first, cross-multiply natin to, si arc secant at saka yung denominator ng arc tangent. So this would be, I think I would better write it this way. Absolute value of x times arc secant x, tama ba ako? There you go. Times the square root of x squared minus 1. There you go. Then next, copy the operation between them, which is yung plus sign or addition. Next, cross-multiply si arc tangent x sa denominator ng arc secant x. So this would be quantity 1 plus x squared times arc tangent. Wait lang ah. Yan. Arc tangent all over, multiply natin yung denominator nilang dalawa. So if you're going to multiply the denominator of the two, we will have absolute value of x times quantity 1 plus x squared times the square root of x squared minus 1. O, diba? So, for me, I'm gonna stop right here. Medyo mahaba to actually. Alright? But for me, once again, I'm gonna stop right there and this is my final answer. Or, yun nga, if sa tingin mo, pwede naman pala ng kahit anong format ang sagot mo, ito na lang piliin nyo. Okay? At least hindi naman siya mahaba katulad nito. Ito yung mas mahaba eh. Alright? So in this example, we have this one, the derivative of 2 times, ano ulit siya? 2 times arcsine, okay, times arcotangent. Ayan. So in here, I can pick which one is my U and which one is my V. Okay? So yung U ko, that would be 2 times arcsine x. At yung V ko, this would be arcotangent x. By the way, since kasi meron kang constant na 2 dito, you can pick kahit saan siya. Pwede siya sa arcsine, katulad yung ginawa ko, or pwede naman siya sa arcotangent x. Pwede naman. Okay? There is no problem with that. Okay? As long as you know the format of product rule of differentiation. Okay? Nakukuha ba ako? Ulitin ko. Meron tayong constant na 2 rito, di ba? So, pwede mong i-partner si 2 sa arcsine or pwede mo siyang i-partner sa arcotangent. Pwede rin yun. The answer will still be the same. Alright? So, for me, pinartner ko, I partnered 2 sa arcsine. Yun na yun. Okay? So, now, kunin natin yung derivative ng u or derivative ng 2 times arcsine. So, ang derivative ng 2 times arcsine, so we have 2 times the derivative ng arcsine. And recall natin na ang derivative ng arcsine is 1 all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. So 2 times 1 all over the square root of 1 minus x squared, we will have 2 times the square root of 1 minus x squared. Ayan. And dito ko na ilagay si dv or derivative ng v kasi wala na akong space. Okay? So si dv, okay, derivative ng arcotangent x. Recall that ang derivative ng arcotangent x is the same lang sila ng derivative ng arctangent x pero negative na lang siya. So magiging negative 1 all over 1 plus x squared. Okay? So therefore, we can now substitute the formula. So the formula, once again, is u times dv plus v times du. So yung u natin, we have 2 times arcsine times c dv, which is ito yun, which is negative 1 all over 1 plus x squared plus cv, which is c arc cotangent times c du, which is 2 all over the square root of, sorry, the square root of 1 minus x squared. Now, let's multiply them. So, sa first term, let's multiply 2 times arcsine sa negative na parenthesis. So, we will have negative 2 times arcsine or 2 arcsine x all over 1 plus x squared. And on the right side or second term, multiply arcotangent x sa katabi niya, we will have plus 2 times arcotangent x all over square root of 1 minus x squared. So, pwede na to as your final answer. Or, we can simplify this one. So, first term, we have negative arcsine x all over 1 plus x squared. At saka meron tayong 2 times arcotangent x all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. So, we can factor out 2 dito sa expression na to. Because both of them are divisible by 2 at yan yung greatest common factor niyang dalawa. Okay? Or negative 2 kung gusto nyo. 2 or negative 2. Okay? 2 or negative 2. Okay? It's up to you. So for me, pipiliin ko si 2. So what happens is I will have 2 times quantity, uh, wait lang, negative arc sine all over 1 plus x squared plus arc cotangent all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Okay? So, pwede na to as your final answer. Okay? Or you can interchange them. So, if you're going to interchange them, magiging ano na to? Arc cotangent x all over the square root of 1 minus x squared minus arc sine all over 1 plus x squared. Yan. Pwede na to, much better. Kung ayaw nyo ng negative term sa harap or sa unahan. Or, we can still simplify this one kasi we can make it into a whole fraction since dalawa silang fraction with the application of butterfly technique. So we can cross multiply first. Arc cotangent x times 1 plus x squared. So magiging ano na to? Quantity 1 plus x squared times arc cotangent. Okay. Then next, copy the operation between them, which is yung minus. Then, cross multiply arc sine x at saka si square root of 1 minus x squared. So magiging arc sine x times the square root of 1 minus x squared. Ayan. All over, multiply the two denominators. Magiging quantity 1 plus x squared times the square root of 1 minus, 1 minus x squared. Ayan. So, pwede na to as your final answer. Okay? Siyempre, if you're asking me kung anong pipiliin ko, ito syempre. Ito, para sa akin. Mas maganda pa to. Okay? I'm just giving you the possible, possible, tawag nito? Possible answers. Alright? So, that's it lang naman, guys. Okay? This is just actually parang practice lang to eh, para sa akin eh. That's it lang naman, guys. As long as you know how to tuloy. As long as you know the basic differentiation ng mga inverse trigonometric functions, it's easy for you to solve this type of problem. So the next thing i-discuss natin is yung quotient rule of differentiation. Alright? So, yeah. See you soon.